Greetings, family. This is Professor Griff, and of course, this is the Masses special edition today. As I normally do, I come on Monday and Wednesdays at 12 noon, but special edition today simply because there's some things that came up in the news that I think that we need to talk about very briefly, not a long, extended kind of conversation. Hopefully, we can keep the emotion here. All right, so we can kind of talk about this thing today. So, in watching the news, before I say that, let me just give a shout out to a few people. Shout out to the Black Power Media Network, Black Power Media Reloaded crew, members, the network. Shout out to Kalaji, who's allowing me and graciously enough to be on this platform. I ain't seen my man Trent on here, so if anybody knows Trent out of New Orleans, tell Trent to hit me up. Tell him, yeah, man. Shout out to Trent. Shout out to everybody that's involved in making this thing happen. But anyway, in the meantime, between time, I want to shout you out. Everybody that's been participating in this channel, in this platform, kind of growing. We're going to add on some new things in the coming year. But at the end of this year, we're going to add on some other things. Shout out to DG Films. We are working hard on getting this app put together so you can have direct contact with us, so you can take advantage of all the things that we're offering, as opposed to going 9 different places. You can go to the app and kind of make it happen. Of course, my man Johnny Taylor. Shout out to Quan, Little Goddess, everybody that's involved in making this happen. I'm trying to put a research team together behind the scenes, so when I come up with a subject and I send it out to the research team, y'all can send me the info. If you want to be part of that research team, please just text me, 678-557-2919, 678-557-2919, 678-557-2919, Griff. We're not talking about research where you just go into Google and snatch it stuff. You have to do a deeper research. We're talking about cross-referencing. We talk about digging deep behind the scenes. News that people don't normally get. We have to be able to take this platform and move into other spaces in order to live out the mantra. You understand what I'm saying? Live out the mantra. Like minds attract like minds, like mine. Of course, serious minds attract serious minds. Seriously, to everyone that has peace. What's good, Bonita Apple Palm? You found it. All right. Anyway, so anyone that has ever saw back in the day any of my talks or whatever, there's a deeper research that we have to do in order to pull the cover off certain things and reveal the truth. So today we're going to be talking about the neo-Nazis march through Columbus, Ohio. And I know some people are going to take this as race baiting, which I'm not. Trust me, I'm not. It's the last thing I'd want to do. Right now, some in the middle of the road kind of black people at this point would say, why would I do that? I have white friends. Stop playing. Hold on for a second. Let me adjust this light. Joint is in my face. All right. Stop playing. We don't need to know about you and your white friends. We don't need to preface this conversation with that. All right. So everybody have all kind of friends and all kind of complexions. I know you do. I do. Whether they in my self-defense crew or the gun world, firearms situation, or whether they just over here with some information that we share, or regardless of whether it's the dude at the gym that we play basketball with or whatever. So stop playing with me. Let's just be real and be very transparent. All right? We're not talking about you and your white friends. This conversation is not about you and your white friends or just your white friends. It's not about my white friends. Because, hell, the mere fact that they're our friends, we know they're not marching in a neo-Nazi march down the streets of Columbus and 4 or 5 other cities every other weekend. So get out your feelings from the rip. All right? We don't even need to do that. All right? Okay, now that we got that straight, the neo-Nazis marched in Columbus, Ohio, and it does not make national news, then what are we truly dealing with here? Now, and who is complicit? Complicit to what, Griff? They didn't do anything. They just marched. Red-blooded Americans in America will pay their taxes, vote, do whatever, have the right to get together, to wear the same Spider-Man outfits and march wherever they want to march. Got you. You're absolutely correct. But can I just put something out there just to kind of talk to y'all for a second? When, what's the brother name? Jay. Was it Grandmaster Jay? Who's in the Fed right now? When he assembled hundreds of black men and was armed and marched without shouting obscenities, without calling gay people out, without calling, in fact, thank you, NFAC, not fucking around coalition, I think. All right. So when that brother put his thing together and marched, oh man, the reason why he is in the Fed right now, because the feds were tracking him and showed up. In any violation of any federal statute or law or whatever, they use it against him to put him away. So I'm saying to you, there is a difference between white boys getting together, dressed up in Spider-Man outfits, calling people niggas and F the other people, and yeah, calling homosexuals out. Yep. So yeah. Who's the other people, man? The fabric softener people, calling them out. All right. Thank you. Large Professor 45. He says, who's giving them permits to do this? All right. So I feel compelled to at least come to the platform to just discuss it. All right. I know the fabric softener people, y'all know what I'm talking about, might cancel me or take this down or block it. I don't want to get Kalanji's platform in the red, but I'm just saying we're going to watch what we kind of say in the way we need to say it. All right. Let me just play the clip and then we'll talk. All right. Let's do that. Let me see which one is it. I think it's that one.
For the second weekend in a row, a U.S. city has become the site of a neo-Nazi demonstration.
The overt public display of swastikas and other...
Wait. Did he say for the second weekend in a row? In many different cities? So this is going on as we speak. All right? All right. Listen to the language, fam. That's all I'm asking you to do. I don't mean to stop it. I'm going to let it rock.
For the second weekend in a row, a U.S. city has become the site of a neo-Nazi demonstration.
The overt public display of swastikas and other incendiary symbols is leaving many communities shaken and inflaming national tensions over incidents that appear to stem from racist, anti-Semitic, or misogynist viewpoints.
As Laura Aguirre explained, some community leaders are taking to the streets now to send a message of their own.
A small group of masked individuals carrying large flags bearing swastikas marched through a popular district in Columbus, Ohio, Saturday. For some residents, it felt like being pushed back in time.
Most of them are cowards. You know, they don't want to show their faces like the KKK. They wear the hoods.
It's time to be real. We're in 2024. Come on, how many years do we got to go through this?
Witness footage provided to news affiliate WBNS showed the group chanting racial and ethnic slurs.
We're not backing down. We're not running. We're not scared.
Brian Winston is the president of 100 Black Men of Central Ohio. He joined other Columbus community leaders Sunday for a counter demonstration to send a different message.
That hate doesn't get to have the last word, that injustice doesn't get to have the last word, that bigotry doesn't get to have the last word.
This is so vile and so disrespectful. No, simply cannot be.
This incident comes 1 week after several masked people with Nazi and swastika flags demonstrated across 2 small towns in Livingston County, Michigan, including outside a theater staging The Diary of Anne Frank.
It was sickening seeing it in my hometown of all places.
So far, no arrests have been made in Columbus, but WBNS did confirm with local 911 dispatchers that police were called and some marchers were briefly detained.
I've drawn a strong line in the sand as the Columbus City Attorney, as a prosecutor, that we have prosecuted hate crime in our community, and we're not going to let up. We draw those lines in the sand because we appreciate and respect the diversity and culture of others.
I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
Columbus police have now confirmed that they are investigating potential crimes that took place during the march over the weekend. This altercation stems from, it happened right behind me in front of a popular bar here in the Short North. Columbus police say right now they do not have enough probable cause to make any arrests, despite having video of this altercation. In the video, you can hear both sides yelling at each other, and then what appears to be pepper spray is discharged towards a group of people. Now, these group of masked men was stopped by Columbus police on Saturday after they were leaving the Short North. They were briefly detained and interviewed, but ultimately no one was arrested. Columbus police is now saying that they are investigating this. They're collecting evidence as well as witness testimony. If you have any information at all, you're asked to contact Columbus police and provide any pictures or videos you may have.
All right. So for the people, well, I'm gonna monitor the chat and over here on IG and over here on Facebook and YouTube. But let me say this: we respect everyone's right to take advantage of the freedoms that they have in America, in any small town or any major city in America. However you want to display whatever it is you're trying to display. When I saw it, I'm like, okay, so what's your point? What do you say? You just want to call people out and call people names? I'm trying, what's your point? Like, what are you trying to prove? All right. So there's a few deeper things I'm going to dive into. I need y'all to rock with me just for a minute, but I'm definitely going to need your feedback. So I know you're probably at work because it's 12 o'clock. You're probably on your lunch break or whatever. But if you're within the sound of my voice, I'm definitely going to need you to be in the chat so I can just get some feedback on what I'm thinking. All right. 3 things. And I'm going to save the deeper one for last. Let me snatch this book real quick. I'm going to save the deeper one for last and put this book right here. First off, and I'm just going to say this not in a very antagonistic way, but I'm going to say it. Did we ever think that because Trump won, that these people, whoever they might be just satisfied and maybe they kind of got what they wanted? Did we ever think that? Number 2, did we not think that when Trump takes office after January 6th, he's going to pardon the leaders of some of these groups that are locked away in prison? You know he's going to pardon the Proud Boys, right? You know he's going to pardon some of these other neo-Nazi leaders and groups that are being held in prisons. You already know this is coming. Am I right or wrong? Am I correct in saying that? Help me out. So Trump, you're correct. Trump is making them bolder. Yes. Trump is making them bolder, but you would think they would be satisfied. Kemet Power says white supremacy is never satisfied. But I'm just laying this out. So then, if they're not satisfied and they're being pardoned and they're back out in the world, living their best life, at least for the next 4 years, this is the last 2 things I'm going to say is this. Did we look at Trump's cabinet members? What did I do? Hold on. Did we go over who these individuals are? I know I talked about the cabinet yesterday, but did you take a proper assessment of who these individuals are? Dang. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to find it, fam. Neo-Nazis, blah, 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 blah. Yada, yada, yada. Whoopie, whoopie, whoop. Hold on. What are the tattoos on Hegzith? Hegzith? H-E-G. Somebody look this guy's name up. H-E-G-S-E-T-H. Nominee for U.S. Senate. He's supposed to be a Christian. His first name is Pete. These are neo-Nazi symbols. And this is one of the guys that's going to be in Trump's cabinet. Pete Hegzith. Hold on. I was moving kind of quick yesterday when I was having this conversation. Break silence on controversy of tattoos. This is him. So if these are the kind of guys that's going to be in the cabinet, and the Proud Boys and other these white supremacists and neo-Nazis are going to be let out of prison, but because of, I don't know, whatever reason, I'm just unaware of it, that they're acting up and acting out, I'm just saying this is going to be a very tense 4 years. It's going to be a very, what is he running for? People wake up to the, I got you. His cabinet is warmongers. Look deeper into that. Yeah, look deeper into that. Look deeper into that symbol. Hold on. Look deeper into that symbol. It's all I'm asking you to do. Because if you try to differentiate between a Vatican symbol, a Catholic symbol, a religious symbol, or whatever, that's part of their what they believe in. White purity. You understand what I'm saying? Now, mind you, keep in mind, I'm not talking about your white friends or my white friends. My white friends are probably watching this saying, yep, I hear you, Griff. That's right. Okay, my white friends is not going to go so far as put up a black power fist and nothing like that. I'm just saying to y'all, it ain't going that damn far, but I'm just saying they might salute, be like, yep, I see what you're saying. And some of my white friends might look at this dude, be like, you know, he's not us. He's not like us. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, thank you very much, Tina Ray. This is what I'm asking the people that come on here to watch me to start doing. Let's start to look deeper into these things. Let's start to think and connect the dots as Steve Coakley asked us to do. Where you at, Tina? Hold on. Tina Ray says he has the Jerusalem cross. What is the Jerusalem cross, family? What is the Jerusalem cross? And trust me, large professor number 45, voting for Kamala would not have made this any different. As a matter of fact, it would have probably been 3 times the amount of people out there marching and 3 times the amount of cities that they marched in over the weekend. All right? And for the people on here that think I'm race baiting, press the pause button on that. Let me just say this at this point, at the 12:21 mark, all right? Because I don't want to be on here too long. Can anybody give me a number over the amount, a number for the amount of black men and women that have been lynched over the last 5 to 8 years in America. We're going to get back to dude. Is this dude, someone said, I think someone said in the chat that he's in the cabinet and he's Secretary of Defense? How many other neo-Nazi white supremacists are there in Trump's cabinet? Johnny Lang, you are way off base, bro. No one said the Jerusalem cross is racist. Get your act together, Johnny Lang. Come on, bro. Come on, work with us. We're not saying the symbol is racist. We're saying what they do is they take the symbol and they apply it to a racist doctrine and feed it back to the masses of their followers. For example, the swastika was stolen from Eastern philosophy. Hold on. It's Eastern philosophy symbol. All right. I talked about that in my book, Symbology. So, Mr. Lang, let me put you up on the screen. Hold on. We're not saying that the Jerusalem cross is racist. But why does this gentleman, why is he wearing the Jerusalem cross? And why did they take and use that? But listen, if you look at, where's my phone? If you go and look up those pictures that I'm asking y'all to look up, this gentleman, Pete Hegseth, running for the state, what is it? Secretary of Defense. If you look at all his other tattoos, you'd be like, God damn, bro, what you doing? In the Greek City Times. All right. You can look up all the symbols that's on this guy. All right. Who's going to be your Secretary of Defense. In the Greek City Times, it talks about the Jerusalem cross. All right. So we're not saying that the symbol is racist. We're saying that the man wearing the symbol is racist and using the symbol. That's what we're saying. So get it right, Mr. Johnny Lang. I don't want you accusing Professor Griff of absolutely Nathan. All right. So the swastika, the swastika is not theirs. The swastika is not theirs. If I could find it in my book as I'm talking, I'll show you what the swastika actually means. You understand? There's a deeper science to the swastika. But since Mr. Lang, Johnny Lang, brought it up, I think I'm going to keep this book right here because I'm going to find the swastika for y'all and what it really means. All right? For example, in my book, Symbology, the Cross of Lorraine. You see the Cross of Lorraine right here on the Exxon gas station sign? Well, the Cross of Lorraine is a religious cross. It's not evil. But why is Exxon using it in their logo? Is what I'm saying to you. And then what is Exxon doing in foreign countries like Africa? And then why is it that we can tie in the Cross of Lorraine where Dr. Martin Luther King got assassinated, which was the Lorraine Motel? That's a little bit deep right now. We're not trying to even go that deep, Mr. Johnny Lang. I'm trying to find the swastika for you. Hold on, bro. Hold on. Symbology is important, Johnny Lang. Because if it wasn't important, why are they holding flags up with symbols on them? Symbols are important. All right. Let me put up this gentleman. I don't know this gentleman. I've never seen him before, but there's no such thing as neo-Nazis. Designs organizations designed to create Okay. Thank you, sir. I don't know how to pronounce your name. So if I try to pronounce it and jack it up, just pardon me. Don't charge it to my head. Don't charge it to my heart. You definitely got to charge it to my head somewhere, because definitely don't charge it to the heart, because swastika is an ancient symbol, the cycle of life. So we're talking about symbols. We're talking about symbology. We're talking about, why do these people even have the gall and the nerve to take ancient symbols, to take religious symbols, adorn themselves with tattoos with it, make it a part of their ideology and philosophy, and then parade down the street calling people niggas and homos, and you're not telling the ish people, the fabric softener people, you're not going to replace us. Then even when you go look up who these people are that were marching, hold on. And you blow up the picture like I just did, they have an acronym: WAR, Whites Against Replacement. Why do these individuals feel like they're going to be replaced? And then who are they? Our beloved ancestor now, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Don't worry about it. I'm still looking for the swastika, because Juan Castagna, did I say that right? Juan Castagna said the swastika is an ancient symbol, and the symbol means it's the circle of life. All right? Naturally Clever says, from Ethiopian Orthodox is the earliest I've seen the swastika. Exactly. Take the Bull said, in Hinduism, the right-facing symbol clockwise is called the swastika, symbolizing the sun. So all of y'all are absolutely correct. You could look at the symbol that they use for the Ukrainian flag. We could break all the symbols down. That's not a problem. And I did that in my book. It's not a problem. All right. If anyone want my affiliate link, or my link, pardon me, to the Book of Wisdom, I'll send that to you, and you can look deeper into symbology, which goes 10 times deeper than my book. So you can know these things. All right. So if you want that link, just email me at Serious Minds Info. I'm gonna put my information in here. Serious Minds Info at gmail.com. Serious is SIRIUS Minds, MINDZ, info, INFO at gmail.com. Serious Minds Info. Let's just get a little bit deeper. Like I was saying, our now ancestor, Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, in her book, The ISIS Papers, spells it out on how we should know and understand these people's reasoning for using the symbols that they use, parading down the street, yelling, calling people names, which is very childish. In one of her chapters, she talks about symbolism and the meaning of rape. The symbol consists of multi-levels of energy and data, especially when we're talking about hieroglyphs or the hieroglyphics. All right. So it goes on to say higher writings or writings concerning multiple levels of energy data are written in symbolic thought and language. It's symbolic thought and language. All right. We need to understand what that really means. All right. So now, similarly, parable is a statement of combined multi-level of energy and data. When you talk about a parable, all right, when you talk about mantras and chants and these kind of things, even when you talk about mudras, all right, okay. Parable is a statement of combined multi-levels of energy data. It is also a statement of symbolic thought. So we're talking about symbolic thought. Now let's do it in reverse, fam. All right. Let's take the symbol and what kind of energy does the symbol put out, and what kind of energy along with what they're saying while they're marching, what does that invoke in other people? This is what we're talking about. All right? Okay. Also, she goes on to say on page 175, chapter 14 in the book, The ISIS Papers, she goes on to say, Black is considered to be the perfect absorber of energy. There are innumerable facts that support this assertion. For example, Osiris, the great Egyptian African god, was referred to as the Lord of the perfect black. All right? They were dressed in red and black, which is the warrior colors for the, come on, help me out, brothers and sisters from Nigeria, and who has the hand of Ifa. Elegba? No, who wears the red and black? What do the red and black colors mean in African tradition coming out of the west coast of Africa? Chango, right? What else? The Isu, Elegba, Elegua. Don't worry about it. Or Batala, I got a lot on the brain. Y'all following me, though. You know where I'm going with that. Thank you. I think the Chango is a different color. I don't think it's red and black. Yo, goon. All right. Moving further on page 179, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing talks about this symbol right here, the penis. And she goes on to talk about penis envy. All right. So when I first saw them marching, this is the first thing that came to mind because I'm hearing them calling people niggas and they calling out the fabric softener people. And I'm like, okay. True, family. I see what y'all are typing. The red and black means different things in different traditions and different tribes and different culture. I got that. I was primarily talking about the west coast of Africa, and I was trying to pinpoint. Yeah. We're talking about penis envy. Then in chapter 15, she talks about symbolism, logic, and meaning of justifiable homicide. They will justify their homicide. Why would they justify their homicide? And they always have. Simply because they may be ashamed of the fact that Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said they might be suffering from this particular thing that she talks about in her book, the penis envy. All right. This is the reason why they have the acronym WAR. They don't want to be replaced. But what's going to replace them? If someone's coming along with an exaggerated, elongated penis, all right, then subconsciously they may be thinking that I could be replaced. And subconsciously you are being replaced. Then she talks about in chapter 8, guns as symbols. And the equalizer in their lexicon and how they communicate with one another, the gun is the equalizer. The penis now becomes the equalizer. I'm not trying to get super deep, but this is our ancestor, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, in her book, The ISIS Papers. Yes, it does. It goes that deep, and it gives you a different meaning and reasoning why these people have to have flags between their legs and waving flags with swastikas and symbols that don't belong to them. You understand what I'm saying? Why they have to dress up in the colors that they have to dress up, wearing t-shirts talking about war. Basically, we will not be replaced. Well, who's trying to replace you? The fabric softeners that come from Poland and all them other places in Ukraine, they can't replace you. They the same people. So when we talk about Dr. Frances Cress Welsing in her book when she talks about sports, she talks about baseball. She talks about penis envy. She talks about the whole idea of playing baseball, having a brown bat between your legs, symbolizing the penis, knocking their little white balls right on out of the park. Hockey the same way, the long stick representing the penis, knocking the black puck into a white net, symbolizing having sex with white women. The same with football, kicking a black balls into white upright legs at the end of the field. Same with bowling balls, taking big black balls and throwing them down the lane, all right, to knock off white pins with red necks, knocking off the white pins with red necks. So you start talking about, wait, consciously or subconsciously determined, she says, whether they know it or know it not, or know it not, whether you know it or know it not. The same with the game of pool. Thank you, Charles. Taking the big black stick, brown stick, is different colors now, because their penises are different colors. I don't know that, but I'm just saying. And knocking all the balls off the planet Earth. Normally the billiard table or the pool table is green. Knocking all of the balls off the earth, and the last one you got to deal with, because it's the most prominent, dominant, strongest one, is the black ball. And you listen to their language, all right, in their speech, in their lexicon, and how they kind of move and speak to one another, you hear it. All right? She also talks about how when they speak, they talk in terms of coming from the ape and evolving, because that's their whole thing, not our thing. That's their thing. They say, I'll be a monkey's uncle. All right? There are times up in the caves, all right, when the animal was their best friend, the dog was their best. They even say it today. Dog is a man's best friend. All these kind of things. I'll be a monkey's uncle. And yeah, if you listen to them, we'll talk about symbology some other time. But Dr. Frances Cress Welsing lays it out from a very deeper and different. Issa, what's good with you, bro? Tell your dad I said assalamu alaikum. All right? Ramesses and Remulus, right. Adam and Eve. We can talk about the snakes, the monkeys, all the rest of them. That's not us, bro. That's them. That's their humble beginnings. All right? I'm still trying to find the swastika in my book, Symbology. Don't worry about it. I'm still with y'all. I'm here. All right? Hold on, fam. Don't go nowhere. I got another clip to show y'all while I'm looking for this swastika. Sit tight. Give me a second. I'm going to get right back with y'all. I'm going to let this play while I look for this swastika. All right? Listen up. I love this brother. Matter of fact, he looked like my son, Khalil.
To not glorify that, but instead communicate condemn those who choose to behave this way. Here at Your True Captain Incorporated, we take strongly to this idea and principle. Thank you for your understanding.
You are not the same species as us, because they're actual Africans. They're like actual animal chimps. And they don't care.
30 St. Petersburg, Florida? Does that ring a bell? Oh, checkmate. Damn, it sounds like a library in this bitch. What's going on? You sitting there all quiet like a church mouse, dog. God damn. What was that you were saying? See, I bet you didn't wake up this morning thinking that Chip was going to do that to your ass now, did you? Now, let me ask you another question. Who is Is that you? Don't tell me that's you, big dog. Not like this. Yeah, I could definitely be toxic when I need to be. Only when I need to be, though. If you saw what this kid was saying to me, you'd understand. Like, I had to beyond scared straighten his ass out. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see. You're going to see what I mean. Just make sure you watch to the end. Like the video right now. Subscribe to the channel. If you have a dad. If you don't have a dad, then do the same thing, and hopefully he'll come back. Let's get into it.
Are you black?
Last time I checked, yeah. Wait, hold on. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm pretty,
Can't judge a book by looking at its covers. What's inside, it really matters.
Okay.
One time I walked into the hood, I saw a guy with a very expensive car blasting Pop Smoke, and I got scared.
It's all about the art. It's all the inside. This is just a shell.
Okay.
That's all it is.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, my uncle makes music. Like, are you fucking
Okay.
dead in the brain?
No.
Like, get it through your thick skull. I just said it.
Wow.
You look like you have a white grandparent. Is that true?
Not last time I checked. No.
Well, you don't look fully black. A real white person is pure white, like myself, you see. And then a real African, they're like so black they're purple.
I love Jesus Christ. I'm a sinner, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you, don't hang up on me.
No.
Let me finish this.
I'm not
before
going.
I say
I'm not going.
the word.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! What? Like, so are you fully Caucasian? Are you a Caucasoid?
I am an Irish man.
I met a lot of neo-Nazis on here, and they don't consider you one of their kind.
All right. Well, actually, I am a whiter than Germans are.
Is there sort of like a hierarchy system where it's like, okay, like I'm more like I'm more white, like I eat more Wonder Bread every morning, so like technically I'm more. You have a very southern accent when you say the hard R. It sounds like something out of 1946. So you got to tone it down just a bit. You got to tone it down just a little bit, okay?
Brother, I'm sorry. I'm just saying. A nigga to me in any color.
You did it again. Like you did it. You don't got it. You don't gotta.
I don't know I'm doing it.
Okay, that's a problem. You do not think that that's a problem.
Yes.
What? Did you just call me a nigga?
No, I said, hey, man.
I heard you just say, you just called me a nigga. That guy right there talking right there just called me a nigga, bro. Yo, you know it's 2023, right? That's f***ed up. You shouldn't be saying that to people. You know that, right?
I didn't say nigga. I said nigga.
You just said nigga. Did he not just say it? You just said.
I have an interesting question that's going to burn your little brain. Why is it that in World War II, all the colored people were fighting with Hitler? You ever ponder that weird little question?
Because you seem like you make videos like this, like trolling with people, and then you get the reactions, and then you put it online.
No, I don't. Do people do that?
The angle, right?
Yeah, those are the weirdos that have the angle like that. They're gonna think like, oh, this guy's after like under girls or something. They're gonna think that. Like,
it's okay. Yeah. I don't
what the? What do you mean that's okay?
The colored people, the people of color. And isn't that another weird term?
I don't care what they think.
No. But like, you're not after.
No. Oh, no.
Are you after? So you're after little girl? Like, what are you trying? What are you on here looking for?
Isn't that weird that all the colored people are fighting with Hitler? Where were the? They didn't exist.
Say it one more time.
My neighbor. I'm Canadian.
My neighbor. It sounded like that.
Does that ever strike you as strange? You think about that for a little while, dumbass.
Why so serious?
Why do you sound like a Joker from like Batman? Like, why do you sound all like you're about to like massacre somebody's family?
Like reach to the screen and rip those stupid locks out of your scalp.
I love black people.
Oh, you do?
Nigga, you ain't funny.
Whoa!
We're not talking about on that level. Hold on, let me turn this heat down and be on this. So if you have my book Symbology, my man Child's Play, hold on, where is he at? Don't tell me. You got to post it back up, bro. Where you at? He sent me a message. He said, bro, it's on page 20. Now, we're not talking about on some simplistic level like what you just watched. Now, we're not talking about on that level. We're talking about on a much deeper psychological level. All right. We're talking about on a much deeper psychological level. Misan, what's good with you, bro? Miss talking to you, bro. Hit me up. All right. On a deeper psychological level, we're talking about. So if you have my book Symbology, go to page 20. And it talks about the swastika. It talks about how the Germans came in after committing a form of genocide on the continent of Africa. We talk about the theft of African consciousness, not only there on the continent in Africa, but India, way before the Brahmin caste in In India, we're talking about the Dravidians. We're talking about Ethiopians. We're talking that use these symbols. We talk about an ancient Kemet. All right. We talk about the land of the black and the perfect black. All right. So on page 20, and thank you very much, Misan. In Namibia, we talk about the Germans were there. All right. And then there was a burst of intellect, and the Germans were producing a number of schools and thought and that kind of thing, because they were already there stealing African consciousness. So we could go over all of the places that the Germans were there during this particular period, on where Hitler could have took the symbol of the swastika or sun wheel, an ancient religious symbol used long before Hitler came to power. It was used in Buddhist inscriptions, Celtic monuments, and on Greek coins. See the symbol of the swastika in the 12,000-year-old history. 12,000 years. Way before Hitler. So when you start talking about the swastika, now go back to the neo-Nazis marching down the street in Columbus, Ohio, and in Tennessee, and in North Carolina, and other places that they're marching. Then ask them about where did they get their symbol, the swastika, from. All right. Someone's asking me, where can we get your book? Go to my website, www.professorgriff.me, or just text me, 678-557-2919. I got you. All right. But we have to study these things. All right. In order to even know, to get a deeper understanding why you have the resurgence now of neo-Nazis marching in cities across America. You would think Trump won, so they'd be satisfied and they'd be happy. You would think now that we already know that he's going to pardon some of the neo-Nazi white supremacists that are languishing away in prison for the January 6th insurrection. Like, come on, man. He says the Germans killed 1.5 million Namibians. Millions in Namibia. No, so the Germans are not, no, they're not this innocent group of white people that's, no, absolutely not. No. And I'm going to need you. I can't say it out loud. I definitely can't say it on any of these platforms. But I need you to look into the bloodline of who Hitler actually was. Then it'll lead us to Margaret Sanger. It'll lead us to Planned Parenthood. It'll lead us to the rest of this thing. But you have to know and understand on a subconscious level. Matter of fact, let me just read it, because I've read it to you before. Hold on for a second. Let me get this light. All right. Therefore, it's critical to have a comprehensive analysis and definition of the opposing force. As a Black behavioral scientist and practicing general and child psychiatrist, my current functional. Let me move this over so I can get some light. Thank you. Functional. The definition has to be functional, fam. Functional definition of racism, white supremacy is as follows. The local and global, Germany and Ohio. Power system structured and maintained by persons who classify themselves as white. These individuals classify themselves as white, whether consciously or subconsciously determined. This system consists of patterns of perception, logic, symbol formation, thought, speech, action, and emotional response as conducted simultaneously in all areas of people activity. These areas are economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war, for the ultimate purpose of white genetic annihilation, to propose the system and is to prevent white genetic annihilation on the planet Earth, in which the overwhelming majority of people on the planet are classified as non-white, black, brown, red, and yellow people by white-skinned people. They're the ones who came up with the race construct, not us. And then they roared out of Portugal and all these other places to set that thing in motion and to enslave the vast majority of the people on the planet. And they put in motion these things to make you feel and think every time you look at yourself in the mirror and even think black, even think more, even think Hebrew, even think any of these things, you would hate yourself. Yes, white fragility. But it goes a little bit deeper with our sister, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, in her book, The ISIS Papers. So what I did, right, myself, the rest of the brothers in Public Enemy, we made an album called Fear of a Black Planet. And this is the basis of it. This is the fear of a black planet. The fear of that genetic material that lies in the testicles, all right, of the black man that can annihilate them. So when you see them marching with the swastika, when you see them marching, yelling about the fabric softener people and the homosexuals and calling black people niggers, yeah, it's a lot deeper than what you can ever imagine. So go into the whole idea of symbology and look and get a deeper understanding and a meaning why they would have the need to march down the street insulting everyone on a bullhorn, dressed in red and black. The symbol of the swastika is a 12,000-year-old history. But why? The question now is, why do they choose these symbols to use for their diabolical organizations? And then I put at the bottom every variation coming off the continent of Africa. Different variations of the symbol, the sun disc, the wheel. Hold on, let me turn this light off. The sun disc, the wheel. All right, and we have to look at that. So this is not new to us. So let me pull it back a little. Let me hit the reset button. So when I'm watching this online, and I'm saying, wow, okay, I see y'all marching. What do you like? What do you want? Like, and then one of the gentlemen turned around and I saw his shirt that said war. Basically, you know, we will not be replaced. Hold on. Let me get the correct definition of what that means, because I don't want you to go half cop. Whites against replacement. That's not Professor Griff. That's what they said, what war means. The whites are coming together against being replaced. Who's going to replace them? Why do they think in their subconscious minds, on a subconscious level, that they're going to be replaced? So every time they see a multiracial person, every time they see a mixed couple, every time they see mixed babies, and they see it a lot online, it does something to them on a subconscious level simply because they feel that they will be replaced. All right? All right, so no one understand that, fam. All right, so I know I've been interacting with the chat this whole time, but I'm going to take this last few minutes. All right, if you want my book, Symbology, just hit me up, 678-557-2919. Or just go to my website, www.professorgriff.me. All right, any questions for me? Yes, I will be on tomorrow. I have it written down right here on my notes. I'm supposed to talk about white people receiving reparations. That's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. But I had to talk about this thing today because it was definitely on my mind when I saw them marching. All right. So in the last few minutes I have right now, we should be coming together learning some self-defense. Am I correct? We should be coming together to get on the gun range. Am I correct? I mean, we could talk. Unless you want to talk in private, then I could set up a Zoom talk where we could talk. But let's talk since we're here. Why aren't you at the gun range? Why aren't you in a self-defense class? All right? Why aren't you exercising? Why aren't you getting rid of your gut? Why aren't you walking? All right? Why aren't you taking herbs to stay healthy? All right? Why aren't you eating right? Why aren't you drinking water? Why aren't you doing push-ups, bro? I see more brothers with beard guts than I've ever seen in my life. All right? Why aren't we taking self-defense classes right now? I offered them. I put the flyer up. I've got 0 phone calls. So I'm proud of the sisters that showed up the other night in the firearms class. Let me give you all another round of applause. Thank you all very much, sisters, for showing up and showing out. All right? It don't take a lot of people to set the thing off. All right? The vast majority of people are not going to train. I'm in touch with master martial artists, man. One of them's on my live over here on Instagram right now. Go look at Misan's page. The man damn near levitating, man. What the hell? Why aren't we training? Anyone want the information from me, just kind of let me know. I put the training thing out there, especially if you're in the Atlanta area. Private group classes, I put that out there. No one wants to train. You about to get fat and chubby again over the holidays. So by the time January roll around, Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday roll around, all right, you too stuffed. Then you're going to get lazy during Black History Month. Springtime is going to come in, and then you might decide after you take your New Year's resolution, that don't ever work. March going to roll around, and you're just going to be sluggish, and you're going to try to get in shape. Then you're going to have a hot girls summer. You understand what I'm saying? Or hot boys every other weekend, and you're not going to train till it's too late. What's the saying? No one likes the militant revolutionary soldier and warrior until the enemy is knocking at the gate. I believe it's an African proverb. Until the enemy is knocking, that's when you start calling the soldiers. That you saying, Griff, man, I got a problem. Yeah, okay. It's too late then. I'm trying to prep and prepare you right now. Anyone in the Atlanta area that wants group self-defense classes, hit me up, 678-557-2919. I'll send you the flyer with the information on it. Contact me and let me know. All right? Truth to Power says people don't want to train because they don't want to put in the hard work. Exactly. Nene said we mounted up over here. Zara, Nora Bay. All right, hit me up. Maybe we can get to, I know a couple of brothers. I know a couple of bays. They into martial arts. I'm going to link you up with them. But regardless of who you get it from, Professor Griff or someone else, you have to learn some self-defense, at least some basic stuff to get them up off you. You understand what I'm saying? Zara Bay said, I haven't received the flyer yet. I'm on the goddamn air, sis. What you want me to do? Damn, that was quick. I don't know about you, Miss Bay. I'm still on the air. She talking about I ain't got the flyer yet. You're good. Anyway, anything else, fam? All right, Las Vegas resident looking for self-defense. I'm going to have to hook you up with some people that's out that way. All right? Fam, yeah, I'm connected across the country. I know people that know people that know people. All right. Damn. Said, you know we do shit at the last minute. You're right. We do. But this is a situation where they're not going to stop. The Tiki Torch dudes with the khakis on, they marched, man, 400-500 strong one year. And Trump said they nice people. They're good people. So before it reached your town, your hood, your small city, before they're marching down Peachtree Street in Atlanta, you understand what I'm saying? Because I ain't heard from nobody. The brothers did respond. 100 black men, the organization responded to them in Columbus, Ohio. They said they're not going for it. But I don't know if them brothers are about that life, though. I don't know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You in Columbus, Ohio, and you want some training? Well, Kenesha, let me see if I can find you somebody in that area. I know some people in Houston. All right, C. Jones. I got you in Houston. My homegirl, Jazz, she teaches and she trains. So, yeah, I can hook you up with her. So, yeah. That's where we are, fam. Yo, don't wait till it's too late to start getting your training. And I say, let's start training now where you should have been training. You understand what I'm saying? I'm sure I'm 64 years old. Y'all can't keep up with me. Y'all got a problem on your hands. If y'all ain't throwing the backpack on, all right, with the blicky, with a couple of them, and able to walk at least a mile, then it's a problem. Seriously, it's a problem. Cynthia from Chicago. All right. I'm taking notes. Chicago, Houston. Who else? Maryland. Yeah. All right, fam. Y'all get my point, though, where I'm going with this? The neo-Nazis are on the move, on the march. Trump is about to pardon some of these cats. They about to just kind of revamp their whole thing. And I'm telling you, man, no one asked, but last question. I know I got to get off here. Last question. How come nobody gave me the number of how many black men and women have been lynched over the last 5 to 8 years? What's that number before we get off of here? What is that number? I did the research. I know what the number is. I don't know the exact number, but I know around about what number it is. Talk to me, fam. Do your research, because you think it can't happen to you. You think it's going to happen to somebody else. $400, large professor. Come on, you guessing. That's a crazy guess. Somebody said 4,000, 1,000. No, not that many. No. Trust, it's under 100. But the accurate number is between 70 and 80, and that's too many. To be hanging from trees with a noose around their neck in 2024? Fam, come on, man. Y'all killing me. They called most of you, right, Will Justice. They called most of them suicides. Shout out to Dr. Rashad Ritchie, my brother. Indisputable Truth. Check his channel out. All right. Even the number that I have, which some people may think is a low number, is too many. 70 to 80 black men and women being lynched in this day and time. And we don't hear anything from the Negroes, from the Boule dudes, from the other people. Family, I'm telling y'all, this app that me and my man and them are putting together is a lot more important than y'all think. Because obviously, from what I'm getting from y'all don't know. Obviously, from what I'm hearing from y'all on this broadcast right now, y'all don't know at all. Damn. Until it happens to you. You said they never report them as hate crimes? What are we going to report them as? Me, myself. What are we going to report them as? When are we going to go do the journalism and the... Let me tell you something. You know how many brothers I knew that took film, that took pictures and footage and got their cameras out and went and was filming chicks' asses. If you could do that, I'm sure you could do some serious journalism and go out and film this and give us a report back so we can advise our people on how to move in these particular places. Who were these people that were lynched? Where were they lynched at? What was the circumstances? Who was involved? Let us know so we can put a list together. As a matter of fact, oh goddamn, not this one, not that one. Hold on. I know I'm running over time. I'll be the alignment through the days. We're not talking about sequencing charts through your energy centers and your chakras and what mantras you should be reciting. We're not talking about that right now. That's on a whole deeper level. We ain't talking about that right now. We're talking about this. The history of racial injustice. Brother sent this to me from Montgomery, Alabama. Thank you, Mr. White. All right. The History of Racial Injustice 2020 calendar. Every incident, where it happened, when it happened, the whole bit. All right. We can go through the whole year of 2020 and we could let these idiots online know that's talking about racism don't exist. I could do anything that a white man can't do. What can I do that a white man can't do? You sound foolish, Negro. And if you hear this, you know who I'm talking about. You sound foolish. See, you could talk that to them clowns that don't know this information. That's not well informed. You can't come over here with that madness. I can do anything a white man can do. This is just 1 year. If we did 2024, 2023, and 2022, and then 2021, and then by the time we get back to 2020, can you imagine how many people? So come on, fam. Anyway, I'm not going to keep y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me for this hour. I love y'all to life. Revolution is not an event. It's a process. I hope you're able to pull something from this. The app will be ready soon, hopefully before the first of the year, so we can launch this thing and make this thing happen. All right. If you want to support the platform, it's scrolling down at the end of the page. If you want some research material or whatever, hit me up at 678-557-2919. My phone, that's my phone number. And or if you want to donate, hit the Cash App, $ Professor Griff. If you want to send me an email where I can send this kind of information to you on where you can get this from and some more information in reference to things like this, hit me up. I got some research material to send you. Only thing I ask you to do is make a small donation so I can keep this thing moving forward. Is that cool with everyone? Mutual exchange of energy. That's all we're talking about. A mutual exchange of energy. All right. Hold on. I'm putting my email address in. Paste. All right, Professor Griff, I'm out of here. All right. Love y'all to life, fam.